So we've got a case from Mama Big, and we are here to help as a professional consulting team. And it's now the time to have a look at the HRM optimization proposal. We firstly noticed the employees' unsatisfaction of compensation and benefit. They also didn't feel their hard work recognized by manager and owner. Consequently, most of the employees are working with a negative conditions and a whatever attitude as there is a lack of recognition. In particular, waiters and waitresses are having a great concerns of work environment security due to the pandemic. We noticed the phenomenon that managers seldom have detailed and in-depth talk with subordinates, where the operation mode of Mama Big has been changed. As employees barely have a clear picture about what exactly their work is, the lack of communication actually made the employees feel the loss of importance of their work. Confused about job with no clarification and feedbacks from manager or owner, employees' motivation of work gradually decreased.
Theoretical pain point analysis of problems. Based on Hertzberg theory of motivation, the pain point of problem that Mama Big facing is they having less sense of achievement and inadequate recognition from the direct service, less security of work and worse work environment due to COVID-19 crisis. They're having unclear about their new job design for new operation mode, and the employee have to do harder work with less security and more risks but got the same level of financial incentive. If we base on job characteristic theory, the employees have more process to do on their routine like more time of cleaning and disinfection. The higher requirement of autonomy lead them to laziness and being unfocused. They didn't experience much meaningfulness of the work because the lack of direct service and contact with customer, lack of sense of the security from their manager, and be short of experiencing the responsibility for work outcome. Generally, it's because the manager didn't have much communication and feedback about their work outcomes, and the reward and punishment system also not clear and ineffective.
Next part is goal setting theory. First one is quality. The quality of work is lower than before COVID-19 pandemic due to the new operating mode. Second one is challenge. Challenge is higher because the work routine is more challenging and complex, according to COVID-19 prevention measures. Third one is commitment. The commitment had relative low due to the commitment of employees had been decreasing as a result of the employment nature. Fourth one is task complexity. The task complexity is higher due to there is a high rate of employee turnover as resulting from the employment nature also. The last one is feedback. Feedback is low because they are required to do approximately 2 times heavier of cleaning than before due to the task complexity was built up after COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about the reasons of using Hertzberg's motivation theory. First off, it is applicable to reassess poor company policies, provide effective and supportive supervisions for all employees, foster a culture of respect for all employees, offer competitive wages, help improving job status through meaningful work responsibilities, and provide job security. Okay, next I'm going to talk about the reasons of using goal setting theory as it helps leasing incentives for employees to complete work quickly and effectively, which leads to a better performance by increasing motivation and effort, and it helps increasing and improving in feedback quality.
In the part of solution, the main problem of the restaurant is the motivation of employee is inadequate. Firstly, we're going to improve communication and provide feedback to solve the problem of lack communication and feedback sharing with manager. Also, you know that communication is one of the factors to increase employee efficiency. Every manager should know that communication is key to a productive workforce. Actually, there are too many ways from social networking for manager to communicate to his employee and ask how they feel and remind their goals, such as voice-to-voice communication. Moreover, managers should keep goals clear and focused. In addition, learning from the problem and mistakes of others is one of methods to improve business. The first important point is treat them as individual rather than machine. Secondly, allow them to share their voice not only when you want to hear. If you ask for suggestion or feedback, you should pay attention also. Thirdly, transform your workplace into a work family environment. Lastly, treat them like grown up. Employees should not be monitored unless they act in way directly according to the visible and invisible performance issue at work, including poor management from manager to employee. Since COVID-19 pandemic, which led to weak coordination of service among workers and lower work effort. Secondly, employees mostly focus on their digital device during work hours can lead to this mentioned issue as well. Lastly, they're gonna applying performance appraisal attitude to reinforce worker performance is one of the effective solutions.
1.1 Communicate about new salary structure. When the restaurant has changed the structure of an organization and compensation plans, it can influence employees' engagement, loyalty, and high performance. The significance of managers to communicate the new compensation and benefits with workers lead to employees will understand that the employer value what they do and how they are rewarded. In addition, employers must encourage indifferent goals. It helps employees increase motivation individually. Moreover, rewarding fairly as well as recognizing the top talent can make them feel valued. Also, work environment and opportunity for promotion are all included as well. 1.2 Communicate about new vision and mission under the pandemic period. During the pandemic, companies need to have new vision and mission because the values have changed with the environment along with everyone's safety and employees' engagement. Firstly, to model the core values and emphasize the mission to increase employees' engagement and motivation. Secondly, ability to hold on to its talent is important, which means creating compensation and flexibility for workers should be the top priority.
For communication about the feedback. You know that the feedback could correctly the employee's performance when managers know their performance is not meeting organization standard. And also it is a way to clarify the expectation of companies' need to employee, which mitigates the employee's work stress as well. And it could help employee build self-confidence in their job and also a sense of belonging for a manager. And also it could be shorten the relationship between manager and employee. They will know each other closely, and which is reduce the rate of employment fluidity and promote employee loyalty also.
For part 2, citing new operation model and the additional academic provision training, the outbreak of the epidemic made Mama Bake have to face the establishment of a new operating mode. For additional employee management, the first is coordinate volunteer opportunities. Volunteer brings employees together for a great good and allows them to connect at a deep level. Indeed, employees believe that volunteer events increase morale more than happy hours, and that organizations that support philanthropic activities have a better work environment. And the last step, recognize top performance and reward achievements. In addition, providing increased flexibility for work hours also help increase employee satisfaction, as employers are looking for organizations that can provide flexibility in a way that meets their individual needs. Lastly, Harvard Business Review also suggests negotiation for a job title that accurately reflects roles and responsibilities. So managers need to set up a clear job distribution in order to solve the solution that employees' job design is not clear and one person take care of multiple responsibilities, which leads to the employee dissatisfaction.
Solution to Part 2. Part 2. Additional epidemic prevention training. Dining in the restaurant during the crisis of COVID-19. Mostly people want to go to the eatery that make them feel safe from the virus. The business owner must declare something as a proof for the customer trust, which can be a notice in front of the restaurant, telling the customer that all of our staff has been fully vaccinated, wearing masks and latex gloves at all times, having a hand sanitizer, a thermometer, and social distancing between the table. For this restaurant, the unexpected change from this pandemic makes the worker performance decrease caused by the altering on restaurant operation, fluidity, and the reduction on consumer. So, the crisis training program will be a good solution to handle the current crisis and also the future. This will make the worker understand how to manage the crisis and realize how important their tasks under the change can increase the commitment and enhance the work performance.
Security of employee. The formal and safety workplace can give employee a sense of security and thus increase their engagement at work. Also, let employees know that manager care about them, can maintain a good relationship and reduce employee turnover and talent loss. There is some discipline for cleaner in the restaurants, Excellent ventilation is necessary, and all rooms should be kept clean and dry to prevent bacterial growth. Disinfect the door, handle, and dining table and all corner is mainly responsible for cleaner. Also, tableware and cooking equipment must be sterilized. For staff, they need to obey the pandemic prevention rules of maintaining a safety distance from each other and avoiding touching fresh meat and the food without wearing gloves. They have to measure body temperature every day, make sure they're health, and also wearing masks and wash their hands in real time after work. For food safety and strict requirement of operation for kitchen staff, they have to wash vegetable and meat in separate bowl and also disinfect when necessary. Food must be fully cooked, and the food processing tools and storage utensils should be stored separately to prevent staggered pollution.
For the 3.1 new compensation and the benefits plan criteria to accomplish the design of Mama Big, the following 9 criteria are up to be made up. Number 1, internal versus external equality. 2, fixed versus variable pay. 3, performance versus membership. 4, job versus individual pay. 5, egalitarianism versus elitism. 6, below market versus above market compensation. 7, mandatory versus non-mandatory award. 8, open versus secret pay. 9, centralization versus decentralization of pay decisions.
As Mama Big is anticipated to provide high-quality service and product as well as extensive training to learn each employee's specific tasks. And despite the fact that turnover increases during pandemic, we still consider Mama Big's turnover to be low. And now we can claim that the new design compensation and benefit system for Mama Big will be based on job-based pay policy. These are the steps and the processes in creating job-based compensation plans. And the first part of this process is job evaluation, as it's composed by 6 steps intended to provide additional, orderly, and systematic judgment of how important each job is to the business. In order to achieve external equity, firms and businesses often conduct market surveys as shown in this diagram.
Last but not least, we created a new compensations and benefit system which may solve the problem occurred in Mama Big's human resource management, particularly related to incentive and motivations. Comparing to the original system, the new one have increased the epidemic prevention product subsidy, health insurance amount, retirement pension amount for employees, and bonus as well. The purpose of doing so is to address the problem that the employees are concerned about the security during COVID-19 pandemic. As for the retirement pension, it was not included into the system before and now added to encourage the full-time employees to work hard with commitment and form their long-term loyalty. A new formula of paid time off is also altered for providing a better welfare for employees' hard work, showing a better recognition to them. Moreover, 3 items of punishments are added to remind the employees of the regulations of work so as to boost up their motivations. Most importantly, the bonus have been developed and introduced to Mama Big's employees to build up a competitions among the workers for hard work. 15%, 10%, and 5% of the fixed salary welfare are launched for the top employees on performance appraisal, which will be done by 360-degree feedbacks, including peer review with the factors of decisiveness, reliability, energy, and loyalty, customer review with the factors of food and services. Although the employee's total fixed income are higher than the original one, the fixed salary is lower, which indicates that the employee's income structure has changed from fixed salary account for most proportions, compensation and benefit for a small part, to compensations benefit account for bigger proportion, fixed salary percentage drops. The initials of altering the compensation structure and its proportion is to emphasize the motivating impacts of them and utilize them as a way to stimulate the employee's ambitions and devotion for work. It is also demonstrated in the system that the types and amount of non-fixed benefits are growing. In this case, both the problem of unsatisfactions of compensation and benefit as well as the lack of recognitions can be solved at one move via the upgrade of the system. The above is all of our HRM optimization report from Mama Big. If you need more consulting services, please don't hesitate to contact us. We are happy to be here to solve the problems in your business. Thank you.